Right now on Jamaica News Page tonight.
We are here in the Gorge in the vicinity of Pimrock. Now, last night, sometime close to 11 p.m., a Toyota heist motor truck was proceeding southerly along this main road when the driver lost control of the vehicle um, and the vehicle plunged into the Rio Cobre River.
Heartbreak in St. Catherine. A 17-year-old boy, just hours before his 18th birthday, is dead after the vehicle he was driving plunged into the Rio Cobre. Also tonight, a man known as Bloody Guns killed in an alleged confrontation with police in St. Mary. What authorities are revealing about his criminal past. And a disturbing trend in Manchester. The police are now linking recent murders to the lottery scam trade, what they are saying about criminals operating from overseas. Plus, nearly $10 million gone. A masked man caught stealing cash from a Portmore ATM. And there's good news tonight, a remarkable life-saving breakthrough. Doctors at the Maypen Hospital perform a historic procedure, saving a patient stabbed in the heart. Welcome or welcome back to Jamaica News Page tonight, news that keeps you connected to what's happening across Jamaica, and we're powered by viewers just like you. Please click subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay connected. Thank you for joining us, Penelope Goldsmith. Jamaica News Page tonight starts right now. We begin tonight in St. Catherine, where a heartbreaking crash into the Rio Cobre has claimed the life of a teenager.
Come like that's how them look so.
Yeah, man, I think I look
Gone, no?
So that me I tell you, if he drop me, it will knock out on our water.
But then they know.
Signal jump.
Gone, man, gone, brother.
Jamaica Defense Force divers on Tuesday recovered the body of 17-year-old Onish Darby after the vehicle he was driving plunged into the Rio Cobre late Monday night. Darby, who was from a Kingston address, would have celebrated his 18th birthday on Tuesday, March 17th.
Two survivors in there. They will be barefoot in the night.
Reports are that minutes before his birthday, Darby was driving a Toyota heist motor truck along the Gorge with two other teenagers aboard when he reportedly lost control of the vehicle. The truck veered off the roadway and plunged into the river. The two other teenagers were rescued alive by community divers who responded quickly to the scene. Darby, however, was not seen after the vehicle went into the water. A search operation was launched Tuesday morning involving first responders and JDF divers, and during that search, Onish's body was found.
We believe that this accident could have been avoided if the driver actually obeyed the rules of the road and was driving in a manner where he could have control of the vehicle, even if it had developed mechanical difficulties. We are of the opinion, based on preliminary information, that the driver, Mr. Darby, who was 17 at the time of the accident, is not in possession of a valid driver's license, and based on preliminary information, that he took the vehicle belonging to his relative without the owner's consent. We are also using the opportunity to implore drivers to be courteous on the road and to obey the rules of the road, and to be on the lookout for other road users. Roads such as the Gorge, sometimes boulders come from the hillside, and sometimes the road is wet and covered with water, and sometimes there are other motorists who do not drive with due care, and so sometimes accidents like these can be avoided if they comply with the speed limit. And so even if the vehicle develops mechanical difficulties, then the driver can still be in control, and we can avoid incidents such as these.
Investigations into the incident are ongoing. Meanwhile, four people, including a pedestrian, narrowly escaped serious injuries in a crash along Spanish Town Road this afternoon. Reports are that about 1 p.m., traffic had come to a halt on a bridge to allow a female pedestrian to cross the westbound lane. However, while the woman was crossing, a truck slammed into the back of a Toyota minivan, pushing it into another vehicle. The pedestrian reportedly ran across the road during the ordeal, then stood in disbelief as drivers exited their vehicles to inspect the damage. One passenger in the minivan was seen holding his head in pain after the collision. No serious injuries were immediately reported. Now to Trelawny, where two men were fatally shot during a police operation in the quiet community of Johnson Hills, Salt Marsh. The men have been identified as Romario Murray, seen on your screen, of Johnson Hill Trelawny address, and Kevin Plummer of Orange in St. James. Jamaica News Page understands that the incident happened around 6:30 this morning when a police team went to a house in the community. Reports are that the police team was allegedly fired upon and both Murray and Plummer were subsequently shot. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The police say a handgun was recovered following the incident. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has since launched a probe. And in St. Mary, a man described by the police as a high-risk target was killed during an alleged confrontation with them on Tuesday. He has been identified as 41-year-old Richard Moody, otherwise known as Bloody Guns, of Penwood Road in Kingston 11. The incident happened sometime after 3 a.m. in Jeffreytown. Police say Moody had a long criminal history. He was deported from the United States in 2003 for drug possession and possession of stolen property. He had entered the U.S. as a lawful permanent resident in 1997. Upon returning to Jamaica, he was later arrested and charged with murder in 2015. Police also say he was the leader of the Triplane gang and had links to murders and shootings in the Moscow, Triplane, and White Lane communities. Investigators say his release from prison in 2024 was followed by a surge in gang violence tied to a feud with his cousin. That feud, police say, has been linked to several violent incidents, including the murders of Rashif Thomas and Anthony Marsh, as well as the shooting of a shop operator. Lawmen say they carried out an intelligence-led operation in search of Moody in Jeffreytown when the team allegedly came under gunfire. Police say they returned fire, and Moody was later found suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the Portmore Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A .38 revolver with 2 live rounds and 3 spent casings was reportedly seized. Meanwhile, police in Manchester say recent murders in the parish are being linked to lottery scamming. Head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Kerry Duncan, made the disclosure while addressing residents in the community of Heartease on Monday evening.
That one of the things that we're also seeing emerging is that we have persons within the parish who are now outside of this jurisdiction, sitting somewhere nicely overseas and believe that they can stay where they are and call some shots on the ground. I'm saying, gentlemen, boys, in our communities, it makes no sense that you get up and you take up a gun because somebody is going to buy you a motorcycle or somebody is going to ensure that your rum and boom is on the counter tomorrow. It makes no sense. So I'm saying and I'm imploring you to be sensible. Your councillor, your member of parliament just spoke, the person from the Northern Caribbean University just spoke a while ago. There are so many opportunities that are available to you as young men and young women in these communities. And we are asking you to look at the positives around you and gravitate towards them. Your community, the safety and security of your community is your responsibility. You need to do all that you can to ensure that peace and tranquility remains in your community.
According to Superintendent Duncan, local scammers operating under the direction of criminals overseas are now using guns to settle interpersonal conflicts. His comments come on the heels of Saturday's double murder in land settlement, where 21-year-old Damien Edwards, otherwise called Damie, and 30-year-old Yakini Shaw, otherwise called Yankee, were shot dead at a bar. Police believe that attack may have been a reprisal for the February 8th murder of 4-year-old Sanaya O'Brien and the wounding of her father in the same community. In Portmore, St. Catherine, the police are searching for a man who allegedly made off with nearly $10 million from an ATM. Reports are that on September 11, 2025, a security company collected the cash from a business operator and loaded it into a commercial bank ATM in Portmore. The transaction was reportedly logged and reported to a superior. However, during a routine verification exercise on March 15, 2026, another team discovered discrepancies in the amount said to have been deposited. Further checks reportedly revealed that a significant sum of money was missing. Investigators say CCTV footage shows a masked individual removing cash from a bin inside the ATM before escaping. Investigations are now underway. In other news tonight, opposition leader Mark Golding has blasted Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness over the decision to accept a nearly $29 billion salary increase after previously indicating he would not take it. Speaking during his contribution to the 2026 through 2027 budget debate, Golding described the move as a shameful deception. He argued that the Prime Minister had not disclosed any intention during the 2025 general election campaign to later accept the increase he previously declined. Holness had said in 2023 that he would not accept the salary increase under the Public Sector Compensation Review and that no retroactive payments would apply to his pay. But earlier this year, it was announced that the Prime Minister would in fact receive the salary increase effective September 2025. Golding says the reversal raises serious questions about ethics and accountability in government. In another proposal from the opposition leader, Mark Golding is calling for the removal of the tax on water as a counter to the government's tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. During his budget debate presentation, Golding argued that it makes little sense to tax sugary drinks in the name of public health while water remains expensive. He also said a future PNP government would work to reduce barriers from micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, including offering a 3-year tax holiday to support growth in the sector. Take a look as Jamaicans gathered at Heroes Circle in Kingston on Tuesday for a symbolic walk marking 50 years of Cuba's medical support to the island. Participants wore shirts displaying the flags of both Jamaica and Cuba as they made their way through a peaceful procession. The walk comes at a significant time following recent changes to the arrangement for the Cuban medical program in Jamaica. Most Cuban doctors will be departing the island starting on March 20. Those taking part said the event was both a celebration of decades of support and a recognition of the lasting impact Cuban medical professionals have had on Jamaica's healthcare system. And before we go tonight, a major medical milestone in Clarendon. A multidisciplinary team at the Mapen Hospital has saved the life of a patient who suffered a stab wound to the heart. The hospital says the patient was taken there and attended to within minutes of arrival. Following several emergency procedures, including open heart surgery, the patient survived and has since been discharged after continued treatment and monitoring. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has praised the medical team, describing the procedure as a remarkable achievement under extremely difficult circumstances. The hospital says the case marks a historic first in the growing trauma care capabilities. Awesome work there. And that's the news on Jamaica News Page tonight. News that keeps you connected to what's happening across Jamaica, and we're powered by viewers just like you. We've got special rewards just for you. When you become a Jamaica News Page member, you'll unlock these special rewards you'll love, including a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments, shoutouts for your birthday, anniversaries, other special moments, and just so much more. Joining is easy. Just click subscribe, then click join, and choose to become a Full Star or Full Elite member right now. That's it, simple and quick. A link to join has been posted in the comments. Please leave a comment so we can welcome you with a shout out. Thank you for joining us, Penelope Goldsmith, and also thank you for watching Jamaica News Page tonight. We'll see you in the comments, and be sure to join us again for more news. From all of us here, good night.